Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to a new episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon by Mary, and I wanted to say thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Very interesting music, all artists that I don't really know. I think I've heard of one because I'm a huge David Lynch fan, and so if you've seen Mulholland Drive, you know exactly what scene I'm talking about, but it's been too long to remember. So, but that song is on the list. So we're going to start it off today. So this is pretty much Mary named this marathon Latinx and other artists, because most of these artists, I guess, are from, like Latin backgrounds. Like, for example, we have here Ana Tijoux. She's gonna sing the song 1977 from the album 1977 that came out in 2010. That's the first one. That's our opener. Then we have Marisa Monte, Seque o Seco. Verde anil, amarelo, cor de rosa, carvalho. So this is Portuguese. So this is from this is the album from 1994, Marisa Monte. Then we have Mira, which is Look, Melody Gardot, The Absence, the album The Absence 2012. So this is cool. We have all female artists, and then, or maybe not, I'm not sure. Then we have the band Bahamas, All the Time Bahamas is Effie. And then last one, this is unfortunately not on Spotify, but we're going to do Llorando, which means crying. And it says from the movie Mulholland Drive, but it's actually, it is from the movie Mulholland Drive, but here I just want to give you the information of the artists, which is Rebekah Del Rio, and Llorando means crying. And so I do remember that scene, and yesterday I was looking for the song, and so I went on Google and the video came up, right? But she sent me we're not going to watch the performance of the film. We're just going to focus on the singing. So I'm going to play it from here from YouTube, but just the audio. We're not going to look at the video because it might be a little bit too distracting. But it's an actress, of course, singing, but it's in reality Rebekah Del Rio from her, let's see, what's the album called? Give me 1 second. I had it right here. All the time. No. Well, once we get there, we'll cross that bridge. I'm taking too much time with the intro, but okay, here we go. I'm super excited with this. Thank you so much again, everybody, for being here. If you like the video, give it a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, maybe check us out on Patreon. Alexia and I, we have over 30 full albums on there now, and it's actually, there's a lot of content. There's videos that we reacted to that are blocked on YouTube, documentaries and stuff. So a lot of stuff that you could take advantage of. Okay, so without further ado, let's go with the music. All right, and we're back. So let's start it off with Ana Tijoux, 1977. Here we go. So I'm super, I don't know what to expect. I'm super excited because it's so different. It's nothing like this, what we see in the background. No prog, no rock. I have no idea what it's going to be like. So here we go.
Cuando las serpientes evolucionaron más rápido que muchos venenos. Noten la diferencia entre una serpiente venenosa y otra que no lo es por las marcas que deja.
1970, 1970, 1970, 1970. Nací un día de junio del año 77, planeta Mercurio y el año de la serpiente. Signo patente tatuado y en mi frente que en el vientre de mi madre marcaba el paso siguiente. Nacer, llorar sin anestesia en la camilla. padre solo dijo es Ana María. Sí sería el primer llanto que me probaría, que mandó las heridas y dándome la batería. Solía ser entonces como un libro abierto, pero leí la letra pequeña del texto, como un arquitecto construyendo cada efecto. Correcto, incorrecto, se aprende todo al respecto. Saber que algunas personas quieren el daño, subir peldaño toma tiempo, toma año. Con mi peluche mirando lo cotidiano, dibujos transformaban el invierno en gran verano. Papá me regaló bajo mi insistencia un juego que trataba de compartir la solvencia, pero en el patio quisieron la competencia. Fue cuando sentí mi primera impotencia. 1970 y 1970 y 1970.
I love it.
1977, no me diga no, que no lo presiento. Todo lo que cambia lo hará diferente en el año que nació la serpiente. 1977, no me diga no, que no lo presiento. Todo lo que cambia lo hará diferente en el año que nació la serpiente. Mi adolescencia fue una etapa bizarra. El cuerpo es batería y la cabeza guitarra. La orquesta narra una tonada quebrada para la mirada de una niña que solo talla espada. Hormona disparada, sobrepobladas de información que cambian temporadas. Caminas encrucijada, cada cual en su morada preparaba la carnada. La sagrada diablada de mirada encabronada. Mi fila la verdad nunca buscó su silla. Mi búsqueda fue mero proceso de pura pila. Pupila de poeta que marcó nuestra saliva. En la cordillera que miraba la salida. La parada militar de paso monótono. Colores policromos, los uniformes de poco tono. De tono mi cuestionamiento, la voz y sonó, no. Mi primera rima que sonó y me enroló. Mi búsqueda no fue para mi cosa de escenario, fue algo necesario y que marcaba ya mi fallo. Así que tú hablas más de lo necesario. Fue cuando entendí que todos quieren ser corsario. 1970 y
Okay.
1970 y
This is awesome. I'm gonna send this to Alexia right now. She's gonna love it. What is so surprising to me is because it is a little bit like, if you saw the video that we reacted to by Rem, you know, that hip hop approach, a little bit of rap, but I love that the background music is still very like Latin. It almost sounds like, it doesn't have that typical, you know, like that. It still has that really Latin flavored background, but it's like with a beat, and there's a couple of, like loops and stuff. So it sounds modern, but at the same time, it sounds very old. The music is very stylized. It doesn't sound like rap music, but I love the way she's singing so quickly, and I love the fact that I can understand every single word that she's singing. And 1970, and then she says 1977, and but it's because Spanish is spoken so quickly, so I'm so used to listening to Spanish at that velocity when I'm just talking, you know. Así cuando estoy hablando con alguien en español, así no hay ningún problema para entenderlo, you know, like that. For example, it is just what it is, you know. But I remember when we arrived in Puerto Vallarta, and the lady and the speaker was like, I was like, oh my God, what is this? What language is this? And it was Spanish, and she was just saying, you know, thank you so much for, you know, please remain in your seats until the plane has reached a standstill, and all the, you know, the typical. But for me, it was like, it felt like a machine gun. And this is what you might feel right now, but in reality, she's just, yes, she's going at a tempo, but it's not overwhelming. So it's just crazy what a brain can understand, you know. I'm loving it. It's really original. I love the fact that it's in Spanish. I thought it was going to be in French because of her last name, but it's great. I'm loving it. Thank you so much, Mary. Actually, let me grab this and send it to Alexia. There it is on our list. Now I can tell her, hey, listen to that. All right, let's continue.
1970. 1977, no me diga no, no lo presiento. Todo lo que cambia lo hará diferente en el año que nació la serpiente. 1977, no me diga no, que no lo presiento. Todo lo que cambia lo hará diferente en el año
it has this, you know, a little bit of like scratching, you know, like I don't know, the turntables. I used to do that with my parents' turntable. The because I love Run DMC. I've always been into some kind of rap or hip hop. I've always followed the music. I think it's very interesting, and the culture is amazing, and all that. But I love that it had like this Latin these trumpets, and it had all these like almost like orchestra, you know. It had like this vibe that it was Latino. It was, you know, like a Tarantino movie. You know, the music he uses, Ennio Morricone, is very trumpet heavy and has like this ole, you know, so a little bit. But this was a great song. I really love it. I can't wait what Alexis says to this. But okay, this was one experience. Thank you so much. And very original, very different for the channel. I love it. But now we're gonna go to Marisa Monte, or Marisa Monte. This is gonna be in Portuguese, I think. So my Portuguese is not like super good, but since I do speak Italian and Spanish, I might pick up a couple of words. Here we go. Or it's in English, I don't know, so we have to see. Portuguese. Oh, brasileiro. Beautiful. And yes, it is, of course. I think it's you know, Portuguese, but in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. But I've always loved Portuguese so much, because it is kind of like a mixture between Spanish and French, because it sounds, you know, the words sound the pronunciation has like this French flavor to it. So like amour stuff, like instead of amor in Spanish, right? But it's beautiful. This world music. It's like listening to Peter Gabriel a little bit. The bass, very heavy bass, and it has like, you know, a little bit like sounds of world music. Like it has like a little bit of African, you know, like flavor, but also the typical, you know, French. What is it called? Oh man, what is it called? Harpist? Is it a harpsichord? I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, I'm loving it. It has like all the rhythms that I love. It's just like that kind of world music that I really enjoy, and most of the stuff that's sung in different languages, I just enjoy that very, very much. So let me know what you think, of course, but let's continue. I'm gonna look up this instrument that I can't think of right now.
Que algum espinho seco secará, e a água que sacar será tiro seco e secará o seu destino. Seca, a chuva vem me dizer se posso ir lá em cima pra derramar você. Chuva vem me dizer, chuva preste atenção, se o povo lá de cima vive na solidão. Se acabar não acostumando, se acabar parado calado, se acabar baixinho chorando, se acabar meio abandonado, pode ser lágrimas de São Pedro, ou talvez um grande amor chorando, pode ser o desabotoado céu, pode ser coco pega mão, boiada seca, na enxurrada seca, a trovoada seca, na enxada seca, a chuva vem me dizer, a chuva vem me dizer, vem, vem, a chuva vem me dizer, vem, vem, a chuva vem me dizer, vem, 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 vem me dizer, a chuva vem me dizer,
Very cool. I loved it. I loved it. And of course, I was talking about like the accordion, and I know everybody was like, accordion. But I'm sure you didn't know this. So it says here, like, this is just some trivia about the instrument. It says, when you walk through the street of France, you'll likely hear the sweet melody of the accordion echoing through the distance. The accordion, referred to as a squeeze box, is quite prominent in French music and pop culture. So that's why when you hear the accordion, it's like, oh, le Paris, you know. Although invented in Vienna in the 1820s by Cyril Damian, the accordion is a quintessential French icon. It's regularly played in French cafes, Parisian dance halls, and cabarets, and there's like this whole story to it. But that's what I was talking about. An accordion is like, when you hear an accordion, you don't automatically think the streets of France or Paris or whatever, you know. It's just like, it's been used in movies for that. It's just really romantic. But I had no idea it was from Austria. So there you go. This was a great track. It reminded me, like I said, Peter Gabriel, Paul Simon, world music, and I love the chanting. I have a great idea what to do at the end of the marathon to give this a little bit something that I'm sure Mary still doesn't know. And I just discovered this album after, oh my God, looking for it for the longest time. I finally found it. I found it on Spotify. I didn't know the name of the band. I didn't know the cover. It took me years to find it, and I finally did. So I think that's going to be a nice add-on. Okay, so now we're going to go with Melody Gardot. And this is Mira. There we go.
The felicidad that I hold in my heart is a pretty good start for us two. And if in the world there were only tristes, I would find happiness in the blues. Mira, look at what you do to me. Mira, look at all the fantasy. Mira, this is such a lovely way to be. In all that I've seen, all the love that I need is the love that reminds me of you. In every smile is a trace of the joy that I feel like a sweet morning dew. Mira, look at what you do to me. Mira, look at all the fantasy. Mira, this is such a lovely way to be. Look at what you do to me. Mira, look at all the fantasy. Mira, this is such a lovely way to be. Something que creo hacer. Te recuerdo, añorando un momento de encontrarte y volver a besarte para darte un regalo perfecto. Ay, delirio de sentirte en mis brazos, recreando los momentos pasados en el cuarto de un hotel estrellado donde fuimos un regalo divino.
Man, beautiful. It's like the perfect fusion of Latin jazz with, I don't know, it's just very original. It's like, Mira, look what you do to me. You know, like, I love that Mira is like, look. And then she's singing in English. Now she switched to Spanish. And it's very elegantly played. It's like it has very nice chord, structure and progressions, and I just love all the instruments that are being used, and it's it has a little bit of that carnaval, like Brazilian, like bossa nova, a little bit of bossa nova, but not quite. It has like, it's great, it's very, very good. It's just very original, and I love her voice, very, very tranquilo, it's really good, really, really good. I sent the second song. I sent this song to Alexia. She loves this stuff. She's gonna be very, very happy, and I'm very happy because to feature this kind of music on the channel is so important. World music is, bands. Yes, most of the people that come here come for, Steely Dan, Rush, and I know, but it's also good to open your horizons and just take in everything that you can. So let's continue. This is beautiful. Beautiful. It definitely had that carnaval vibe, but also the flute and the whole thing. But it had that the rhythm was essentially like very Brazilian, I guess, if I had on my first listen. This was great. Thank you so much, Mary. Three gold pieces, of music. Really, really nice. So now Bahamas. I don't know what, who sings, if it's a female, if it's a man, female. I don't know why I say that. If it's a woman, if it's a man. But it says Bahamas is afi. I don't know what that means, the afi. I guess we'll have to find out, but let's go with it here. And this is from the band Bahamas as well.
I got all the time in the world. Don't you want some of that? I got all the time in the world. Don't you want some of that? Don't you want some of that? I were you. Ooh, 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 ooh. I had all the time in the world. You wanted none of that. I had all the time in the world. You wanted none of that. You wanted none of that. But I were you. Ooh, 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 ooh.
So okay, so I looked up a little bit about this is a Gervanen is the I mean his name is Afi. So that's why Bahamas is Jafi. So now it makes Afi. Now it makes sense. So so this guy, his last name is Gervanen, and he's from Toronto, raised in Ontario, but he's originally like Finnish, it says here. But check this out, because I was like, this sounds a little bit like Steve Vai meets Frank Zappa meets, I don't really know what, but it's indie. It's indie music, but it says, so he has opened up for the Lumineers, Beck, which I can see, the similarities. I got some Robert Plant, Color, Jack Johnson. Oh, I love Jack Johnson, great surfer and musician. But you see, like, it's more indie. It's like it doesn't really have a like style that's too defined, because I was like, what are they using here? Like this distorted piano, but it's also very guitar heavy, because there were some nice leads, and it reminded me a lot of Steve Vai, of Steve Vai's first album that is very inspired by Frank Zappa. Now, Frank Zappa I've not been able to get into too much, but I love his stuff. It's really out there, and I love music that's out there. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But so now, so this was a great track. Also send it to Alexia. She's gonna love all this stuff. When we met, she was basically only listening to indie music. So, and to stuff like, what's her name? A beautiful pianist, Regina Spektor. Check out Regina Spektor, Mary, if you haven't. But now we're gonna, play this last song, Llorando, from let's see again, from Rebekah Del Rio. Here we go. Okay, so if the quality is a little bit different, it's because it's on YouTube, but here we go.
Yo estaba bien por un tiempo, volviendo a sonreír. Luego anoche te vi, tu mano me tocó y el saludo de tu voz. Te hablé muy bien y tú, sin saber que he estado llorando por tu amor, llorando por tu amor. Luego de tu adiós sentí todo mi dolor, sola y llorando, 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 llorando. No es fácil de entender que al verte otra vez
Wow.
yo esté llorando. Yo que pensé que te olvidé, pero es verdad, es la verdad, que te quiero aún más, mucho más que ayer. Dime tú qué puedo hacer, no me quieres ya, y siempre estaré amor, llorando por tu amor se llevó todo mi corazón y quedó llorando, 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 tu
So good. Okay. Whew, that was not easy to get to get through, but I did it. Well, now you have to learn Spanish, to understand the lyrics, but you can look them up. Wow, that's a powerful piece because a cappella, and then I guess she didn't even use like delay or reverb. It was, I think, just the place. But obviously, if you listen to this without knowing the words, it might not be this as strong, but it's basically someone, saying, I'm crying and I still love you and I even love you more. And, so it hits you, it hits you. And now, one thing that I wanted to mention is she reminded me a lot, and like her timbre, her range of Linda Ronstadt, very, very much. Even the tone of her voice, I could have like almost like, if I wouldn't have known, if somebody would have played me this, now since I'm such a fanboy of Linda Ronstadt, I would have said this is Linda Ronstadt, but it's not. So we have to give credit where credit is due. This was Rebekah Del Rio, and this is a scene from the David Lynch movie Mulholland Drive. A very surreal kind of like, I don't know if you know David Lynch, you know what I'm talking about, but it's amazing. This guy's a master. Yeah, this was a beautiful track. Definitely gonna listen to it again. But this is a hard piece to listen because it's so, there is a lot of sorrow involved, in the lyrics. So it's not something that you can just listen to and they, hey, So okay, but to end this marathon on a I don't want to say happy because I'm not sad, but it's just on a different note. I wanted to, since Mary is always now and then, kind of like does the effort, and I do this for a lot of people that constantly support me and Alexia on the channel. And even though I'm just by myself, and I know it's not as good without Alexia because she's a vital part of the channel, but thank you so much for supporting me. I wanted to add one more song, and this is from this album that I'm telling you about that I found. Let me just pull it up. It's okay, Gnawa Diffusion. And oh my god, I looked for this album for almost like 10 years. I didn't know the name, I didn't know any songs, I didn't know what the cover looked like. And then some like a month ago, I was like, I do remember now, like the cover and something, it was called Algeria. So I was looking at covers, Algeria. It took me weeks. And then finally I found the cover. I remembered that's the cover. And then there it is. We have Gnawa Diffusion. So I'm going to play you a song. And what I like about these guys is that they're very world music. So they speak Arabic, and mixed with French. It's this just very, very fun group that have like all this. I don't know, and I don't know if this song you're gonna like, but I'm gonna play you this one, but I'm gonna pause before because this is basically now the end of Mary's marathon, and I'm just adding this. This is not her. So if it's shit, it's my fault because I've done this a lot of times where it's like, oh my god, this marathon is beautiful, and then you kind of like you messed it up at the end, with your choice. So just fair warning, if this is the end, if you don't want to take any risks, see you in the next video. But if you want to listen to something new, that will be from me. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, I think I got the song that I think is a good, I mean, this song is a little bit, because they do play rock, reggae, they play just world music. This one I would put under more like the first song that we listened to, a little bit more fast paced. I don't want to say the delivery is also very fast paced of the lyrics. So this is Gnawa Diffusion is an Algerian Gnawa music band based in Grenoble, France. And it says, let's see, the lyrics are in Algerian, Arabic, Tamazight, French, and English. So yeah, so this, just check it out. Go on Spotify. They only have 2 CDs on here. I'm sure they have more. I'm looking at the discography and they have like around 8 albums. But this is so a mix between, Arabic, French, and it's just very interesting. So let's check it out. Here we go.
واش بيك كاس تيشيرت اني حرش كي قرداش حرش على 14 نطرش و12 نفرماش يا خو écoute ça ta bouche elle sèche Reche mon regard il est Reche Reche mon regard pour les couillons de la fanfare Reche mon regard ouais Reche il est Reche Reche mon regard pour vos avions et vos chars Reche mon regard comme une pêche dans ta poire Reche mon regard parce que trop de cafards Dans la misère du monde rien ne vous effare L'humanité est un car conduit par un stracard très tard le soir sans feu ni phare il s'arrête au bar ce gars de whisky et de caviar puis il repart sans crier gare il a dit Reche le petit arabe sans chèche il a dit Reche c'est normal qu'on court Reche il a dit Reche Spliff le H oublie la dèche il a dit Reche parce que trop d'escrocs sont de mèche il a dit Reche souvent dans la poche y'a pas un flèche car la hit dir garo ou gouli qui fèche il a dit Reche pour ceux de la pioche et de la pêche il a dit Reche pour ceux qui n'ont ni voiture ni calèche il a dit Reche quand les fusils tuent les flèches et que la saison est blanche et sèche il a dit Reche sous le chèche Reche sous le chèche Reche sous le chèche il a dit Reche quand je lis toutes ces dépêches il a dit Reche il a dit Reche il a dit Reche parce que trop sweet c'est trop sweet et parce que trop sweet veut dire que la suite est Reche Reche il est Reche mon regard Reche Reche il est rank Reche 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 mon regard il est Reche font miroir et que celui d'en face il voit son visage blafard c'est un peu plus qu'une baffe c'est une porte de placard coco réveille-toi c'est ni un rêve ni un cauchemar toi qui as la clé du tiroir tu sais que le pouvoir fort quand les fauteuils et les divans sont sur le trottoir parce que Reche sans les regards Reche sans les regards Reche sans les regards à regarder politocar Reche sans les regards Reche sans les regards Reche sans les regards à regarder politocar et Reche mon regard maintenant que je vois ce business avec attaché caisse qui parle en espèces et Reche mon regard perce tout spéculer qui prend à la main s'endort dans des fesses et j'en ai encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort dis-moi comment avoir raison même dans un monde qui se tord c'est que la raison est tordue quand ton système omnivore ou que votre raison est seulement celle du plus fort et plus cette raison est forte plus dans le monde il y a de mort touché d'amnésie les dirigeants n'ont aucun remords ils parlent au présent quand l'avenir s'évapore projette dans le futur en insistant sur le décor tu rabattes sur leur passé comme un gros sans leur s'efforce ces gens n'ont encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir à dig encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir bon encadre dans la raison aucune raison d'avoir tort encadre dans la raison, aucune raison d'avoir tort. Pour qu'être dans la raison, aucune raison d'avoir. Yes, ouais, c'est ça, t'as raison. Tu t'es pris pour Albator. Allez, rentre chez toi à la maison, il commence à se faire tort.
There you go. I don't know. I just love this song. It just brings back a lot of memories, and I don't understand one single word. No, it's way too quick, way too. I don't speak French. I do understand a little bit, but no. So you guys, you know, everyone that out there who speaks French, let me know what you think. I could ask actually Frank. You know, I don't know, Mary, if you speak French, but let me know what it is about. But I think it's just like the way it has a little of reggae, a little bit of rock, a little bit of funk. There's some jazzy improvisation there. And I think he's off the charts with us. He's even like, you know, I just love the delivery. It's super cool. So, guys, let me know what you thought. You know, I'm overall of this music. I think this marathon was beautiful. A lot of variety in music that's super different, that gets overlooked way too much, and I think it was very interesting and beautiful. Thank you so much, Mary. Let me know, guys, in the comment section what you think. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.